Still, to this day, I can't believe it, that I was actually walking, chained up, and being accused of murder.
It's tough, like sitting there trying to trial, and 12 people making, a judgment on your life. You're trying to portray you to be some type of monster that you know you're not.
Because when you get in that cell, you start thinking about some shit you ain't never thought about in your life. That's the first break point of a person.
I had to change everything for me to survive.
Saying I was frightened through the whole experience is just to say the least. It's been times where my family had a lot of hope, then we lost all the hope.
There's nothing rehabilitative about prison.
Wrongful convictions are very destructive, obviously, to our clients and their families.
I don't think there's any innocence of proven guilty. I think you're guilty until you prove you're innocent. If he wouldn't have been convicted and would have proven that he was innocent a long time ago, I believe he'd still be here.
How can you take away everything from a human being? There's certain things that some person can't take away from you in this world. And I know they say sticks and stones may break your bones, but words will never hurt you. But I'm gonna tell you something. If a person slammed that gavel and he says he sentenced you to 50 fucking years to life, how do you pull yourself back? The words hurt.
I needed help. I ain't need hope. You don't need hope in there. You need help.
Imagine being taken away from the world for 20 years or so and taken away in a way that makes no sense, that's irrational.
Oftentimes defendants don't get any fair investigative process, and we know now that innocent people are routinely wrongfully arrested, wrongfully prosecuted, and wrongfully convicted.
It was the most frightening day of my life. My home was bombarded by a gang of officers, and I was taken out of my mother's jurisdiction. I was kidnapped as a child.
A gun to the back of my head saying, "Don't move." I feared for my life.
It was one of my saddest days in my life, man. It was one of my saddest days in my life. It's like just caught in a net. You're struggling to get out, can't get out.
Like 5 squad cars in front of your house. The detectives knocked at my door and I opened it. It was a pleasant interaction between a detective and my mother, and they told me, listen, if everything clears out, you should be home by tomorrow. After that, it was just, interrogation, harassment by the police trying to make me confess a crime I didn't commit.
I was naive. I thought the truth was gonna set me free.
That desperation started creeping in when I started noticing that they didn't care about the truth.
Wrongful convictions affect so many people other than just the person who was absolutely innocent and ended up in prison. Certainly their entire family, their community.
Watching him in court, I could see the heartbreak in his eyes. He was fighting to prove he was innocent because they had already convicted him before the trial started.
It's a very scary thought.
But I hope that the future for my grandkids and my great-grandkids, that they wouldn't have to go through anything like this ever again in their lives.
No matter what one's politics are, be they conservative, liberal, or whatever, no one who is a rational and humane person can, in my mind, accept the proposition that it is appropriate for an innocent man or woman to be in prison.
It was very important 10 years ago that the Exoneration Initiative began its work and focused exclusively on non-DNA cases.
These are not sort of the DNA cases that scientifically can prove that someone is innocent. These cases take a lot of tenacity.
The amount of time and effort and shoe leather, detective work, litigation, that goes into these cases is enormous.
The system resists error correction, even when it's obvious that there are errors to be corrected. But EXI has always face that uphill battle.
Non-DNA innocence cases like the EXI takes on are very challenging. I think having talented lawyers is vitally important.
We do reject about 80% of cases at every stage of evaluation. And to give you an idea, we've reviewed approximately 5,000 cases and accepted less than 20. So these cases take a really, really long time. To exoneration, they could take 10 years. When we pick them, we know we're gonna live with them for a while.
It becomes a battle together, and that we're in the trenches together fighting this monster called the criminal justice system.
Because this isn't just a job for the Exoneration Initiative. It's not just a job for Glenn. It's not just a job for Rebecca. It's something with meaning. We mean something to them.
Glenn Garber and then after that Rebecca Friedman are heroes of mine. Starting an Innocence Project without institutional support, without a big grant from the foundation, is almost impossible. I don't know anybody else who's done it. And then making it work and keeping it going and doing that exclusively in cases without DNA evidence is an extraordinary feat.
Now I call them, real life superheroes.
It's pure. It's pure, the work we do here. I mean, it's all about helping people and letting the truth come out.
EXI means to me a God's gift. It is a God's gift for those that believe in the truth.
And the truth is the most powerful force. And it's like water. It runs through everything, and it can't be stopped.
Blood doesn't necessarily make you family and complete.
If you're innocent and you're accused of a crime, and the Exoneration Initiative takes you on, you're not getting a team of lawyers, although of course you are, you're getting a second family. Because that's who Glenn and Rebecca are to the people they represent. They're their family.
Family. That's what EXI means. Family.